Hey everybody, and welcome to this, my first of two videos on the Asahi Pentax K, one of the first two versions of the Asahi Pentax to follow that camera. This is an interchangeable lens SLR, which simply means you can take the lens off of the body and put a different one on at any time when you're not taking a photo without ruining the image. It has no light meter, shutter speeds of 1/1000th of a second, which was blisteringly fast when this was made, to a full second with bulb, time, and X as well. The viewfinder has 100% magnification with a 58mm lens and 100% frame coverage with a 58mm lens. It has a Fresnel and microprism focusing screen, which is fixed inside the camera. And the flash sync on this camera is 1/50th of a second. The target market for this camera was advanced and professional users. Really, a lot of professional users would have gone for this camera. It was made by the Asahi Optical Company in Japan in 1958 and 1959, so for 2 years only. It was preceded by the original Asahi Pentax, concurrent with the Asahi Pentax S, which was the same as this but only went up to 1/500th of a second, and followed by the S3 or H3 in other markets. The series that followed this was the S and H series. The S bodies, the S3 was the highest end of the three S bodies, the S1, S2, and S3 that followed this. So we'll go over the camera's features and talk about what they are. And as we do, we'll start on the top, but technically the front with the strap lugs, which is where you would connect your camera strap. Here we have the film rewind knob and lever. Serial number, K designation. This dial around the film rewind knob is no longer marked ASA on this camera. It just has a little triangle. And it is your film memo dial. It doesn't control anything, but it lets you know what kind of film you have. So there are numbers in white, orange, and green. White means that it is black and white. Orange means that it's tungsten balanced color film, and green means that it is daylight balanced color film. And it does say ASA on this dial. ASA is the same thing as ISO. If a 400 ASA film is now today a 400 ISO film. So whatever speed your film is, you just set your memo dial using the ASA number. Pentaprism. Shutter. This is the high speed shutter dial, so this controls your fast shutter speeds. Shutter release button. Film advance lever right here. Film frame count dial, which has to be manually reset, and there's an arrow there that shows which direction to turn it. Don't turn it the opposite direction. On the front of the camera, we have the slow speed shutter dial, the lens mount, which is hidden by the lens right now. Right there is the lens mount. And then the X and the FP flash PC ports with covers on them. The FP bulbs you're probably never going to use, so you don't have to worry about that. If you're using a flash with this camera, you will plug it into the X sync. X is the modern flash that works with every camera. On the side, we have the film back release, which allows you to open up the film back to put film in and take film out. On the back itself, we have just the viewfinder window. On the camera's bottom, we have the tripod bushing and the film rewind button. Going inside of the camera, we have effectively the exact same interior as the Asahi Pentax, slightly different sprocket here. Film cassette chamber, film guide rails. The outer ones keep the film from moving up and down, and the inner ones keep it flat on plane when sandwiched between the film pressure plate and the guide rails. Shutter curtain. Film tension sprocket, which will only move when you push the film rewind button. So that keeps the film from being pulled back into the cassette by the memory that's built up in the cassette, in the film by being stored in a spool. And but when you start rewinding, then it can allow the film to move. Film take-up spool, pressure plate, and cassette retaining spring. Some notes on the Asahi Pentax K. This was the first Pentax body with a 1/1000th of a second shutter speed. There were other cameras before this that had that shutter speed, but this was the first Pentax camera with that. It was also the first Pentax camera with automatic aperture control, and the launch of the K body included the launch of a bunch of lenses, such as this one, that had automatic apertures. Now I'm going to show you what that means. If you look into the lens, I'm going to grab a second light here so maybe you can see it a little bit better. Should be able to see the aperture there is set to f/22. There's a little arming lever right here on the lens. But after you select your aperture, you push that arming lever all the way to this end and the aperture disappears. And now when you push the shutter button, the aperture stops down before the shutter activates. So the aperture is closing as the mirror pops up, and then the aperture is closed down to the proper setting when the shutter opens, giving you a proper aperture and shutter exposure. And then when you're done and you want to refocus again, you simply rearm it, and then you can adjust your aperture to whatever you need it to be after you've armed the mechanism in here, so that when you take your next photo, it will stop down automatically to the correct aperture. This was a huge, huge innovation in its day. And the reason that it can do this is because you've got this little flappy paddle right here. And the S does not have this, by the way, only the K does. And that little flappy paddle, which stayed in place through the end of the Spotmatic series, when you take a picture, flaps up and connects with this pin right here to close down the aperture when that pin is depressed. That pin stayed on every M42 Pentax lens through the end of the Spotmatic series. It's just that they did away with this manual arming mechanism in favor of springs that reopened the aperture automatically as soon as the exposure was finished. Lenses that came out with the K were called the Auto Takumars. So if you're wondering a little bit about Takumar history, the Auto Takumars had this arming lever and were released concurrently with the K in 1958. So some things not to do with your Asahi Pentax K. Don't touch the shutter. You can brick it. There's not a whole lot of repair for these cameras now. Someday there will be none. So be careful with your K, baby it. Don't touch the mirror, because even though there's no meter in here to have the metering screwed up in the prism, if you desilver the mirror, it can still impair your ability to focus and will dim the the focusing screen image. Don't leave your camera or lenses in your car, because heat can get into the lubricating oils and cause them to get thin, and then they get to places they shouldn't be, and then when they get back to their proper viscosity, nothing works. The lubricating oils on aperture blades can be a real mess, can impair how quickly they stop down and cause you to have overexposed images that shouldn't be overexposed. Also, it's a good way to have your camera stolen, and you don't want to have to try to replace one of these. It wouldn't be easy. The K is the most common of the three original Pentaprism SLRs from Pentax, but that doesn't mean it's either cheap or easy to find one of these. And finding one in working condition for a reasonable price took me about 3.5 or 4 years, and was mostly luck. Also, don't store these in a plastic bag or box. Now, I do keep these in a Pelican case, but I keep a rechargeable desiccant in there that I keep recharged. And that keeps fungus from growing on the camera lenses, prism housings, in the leather, things like that. Moisture can permeate through plastic, and if it gets into the camera, it can wreak havoc on it and impair the optical system's quality especially. And just remember, your Pentax K is a precision tool and should be handled with care and respect. And as long as you take care of your camera will take care of you. So if this video was helpful, please give me a thumbs up. That lets me know I'm on the right track and that I'm making videos which are useful and helpful to you. If you have a comment, please leave it below. I check comments every day or two. If you are an amateur photographer who has taken photos with a Pentax K, guessing that's not that probable. I haven't seen a whole lot of sample images from this camera on the internet. But if you have, I would be very happy to see your work, and please leave a link to that in the video description. If you have suggestions or comments for future videos, please let me know, and if I have the technical know-how and the equipment, I'm more than happy to make those. And one last thing. Thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you in part 2 of the Asahi Pentax Model K video manual series.